In the grand coliseum of virtual discourse, where digital gladiators vie for ideological supremacy, Hasanabi's reflections on Destiny's alleged machinations within the hallowed corridors of the DNC are a melodrama of envy, duplicity, and puerile theatrics.
He went on a rant about why the DNC should, if my people like him, to the DNC and not you, lol. When I was at the DNC, they were literally actively sending fake logs and fake clips, like nonsense apparently, to as many people as they possibly could in an effort to try and get me banned. I saw that video. Yeah, dude, just stop being a pathetic loser and maybe you'll get invited too. It's not like the end of the world to be invited. It's not that sick. I just don't understand how people don't recognize how much of that anger and resentment just stems from like Destiny's own personal jealousy. Like, I don't know how his audience does not track that at all. Like, it is always shocking how so much of this masquerades as like political disagreements, but it's just one man's jealousy. And it blows my mind that it's like, no, actually, there's a moralistic reason for this. There is a real moral reason behind this. You don't understand. I'm fighting an ideological battle. That's why I've spent 6 years going after a progressive voice, while I now find myself sometimes agreeing with Ben Shapiro. I think it's the other way around. His community is way more rabid and jealous than D is. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why they're so invested in another man's project, in another man's envy. You're directly 4chan brain rotted. That's it. I'm 25. Isn't this too childish? I don't even find it boring, just lame. Yeah. If you show this to any coworker, you're getting fired on the spot. The point is, I just don't understand, I don't understand what the purpose of it is. You know what I mean? Like, what point are you proving? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I can say these things. Like, sick, man. So cool that you can present yourself as like an edgy lunatic. Is, weird.
What had transpired, as Hassan recounts, is a tale of stratagems most Machiavellian, wherein forged logs and contrived evidences were deployed with a desperation more befitting a jester than a tactician. The DNC, imagined here as a tribunal of gravitas, became an unwitting stage for this sordid play, a spectacle more pathetic than puissant. One cannot extricate this debacle from the shadow of jealousy that Hassan suggests animates Destiny's every maneuver. Beneath the veneer of political disputation lies, in Hassan's analysis, a fetid reservoir of personal grievance. Theatrics of faux ideological indignation cloak a banal truth, the eternal lamentation of the spurned rival. Destiny, rather than embodying the lofty mantle of a debater, morphs into a caricature, his pursuits tinged with the acrimony of unfulfilled ambitions. This fixation, Hassan muses, reveals itself in the audacity of seeking alignment with the very structures he purports to critique. To rail against the DNC while simultaneously attempting to sway its perceptions reeks of the duplicity that can only arise from a place of profound insecurity. The irony, sharp as Damocles' sword, is that such efforts serve not to elevate the orchestrator but to entrench him deeper into the morass of irrelevance. The cultish fervor of Destiny's audience becomes another locus of Hassan's derision. Their uncritical absorption of his vendettas, their unflagging loyalty to his self-appointed crusade, underscores a pathology of chain-brain rot, as Hassan dubs it. These acolytes, incapable of discerning the pettiness masquerading as principle, fuel a cycle of animus that transcends reason. It is a phenomenon as baffling as it is predictable, wherein tribalism trumps truth and allegiance supplants analysis. Hassan contrasts this with his own indifference to such banal feuds, a detachment born not of apathy but of a clear-eyed understanding of the stakes. He recognizes that the true political battles lie not in these petty squabbles but in the broader struggle for equity and justice. The DNC, flawed though it may be, is not a battlefield for personal vendettas but a forum for advancing meaningful change, a distinction Destiny seems incapable of grasping. this saga also unveils a broader commentary on the nature of online political engagement. The conflation of personal grievances with ideological battles diminishes the integrity of public discourse. When platforms become arenas for airing petty jealousies rather than debating substantive issues, the very fabric of democratic dialogue unravels. Hassan's critique is thus not merely of destiny but of the culture that allows such behavior to thrive. Yet, in this theater of absurdity, Hassan extends an implicit challenge to those who perpetuate such farces, to rise above the fray, to prioritize purpose over pettiness. The path to relevance, he implies, is not through sabotaging others but through substantive contributions to the public good. The DNC, after all, is not a gatekeeper of prestige but a conduit for collective action. Hassan's disdain for destiny's tactics is also a commentary on the performative nature of contemporary politics. To feign ideological commitment while engaging in actions that betray those principles is the ultimate hypocrisy. It is not merely a failure of character but a dereliction of the responsibilities that come with a platform. Moreover, Hassan's analysis points to the corrosive impact of ego on the political process. When personal vendettas eclipse collective goals, the result is a fracturing of unity and a squandering of opportunities for progress. Destiny's alleged actions are thus not just an affront to Hassan but a betrayal of the broader progressive movement. In juxtaposing Destiny's actions with his own ethos, Hassan offers a vision of political engagement rooted in authenticity and accountability. His disdain for performative antics underscores his commitment to substantive change, a contrast that only amplifies the pettiness of his detractors. Destiny, in this narrative, becomes not a rival but a cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when ego supersedes ethos. Hassan's reflections are also a call to his audience to remain vigilant against the seductions of performative outrage. The allure of drama and the temptation to engage in petty feuds are ever present, but true progress requires discipline and focus. By refusing to descend into the muck, Hassan models the very values he espouses. In the end, this saga is less about the individuals involved and more about the larger dynamics at play in the digital age. It is a cautionary tale about the dangers of conflating personal grudges with political battles, a reminder that the true measure of a leader is not their ability to destroy their rivals but their capacity to build a better world. For Hassan, the choice is clear, and in making it, he sets himself apart as a voice of reason in a cacophony of chaos.